Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be discussing the UpHere fully RGB 120mm fans that I've got recently on Amazon for only $30. Yes, and it even comes with an RC remote control, has 12 different preset colors, and it also has about 30 different patterns that you can select from that are honestly really cool looking, and they go from things like pulsating, breathing, and just color shifting. There's a bunch of different kinds of stuff that you can check out in there. Later in the video, we are going to be comparing the UpHere fans compared to the AF120s by Corsair, so stay tuned for that. So first things first, with the fan itself, it has a total of 9 blades. It's pretty common with a lot of PC fans to have 9, but the blades themselves are white. They kind of have an opaque transparency to illuminate the colors better because all the LEDs are built inside the center of this frame here. Another cool feature is that they also have little anti-vibration rubber pads in the front. It comes with a pack of 40, so obviously you'll have some extras after you put them all on your PC fans themselves. Like I mentioned before, the remote, this does have 12 programmable LED colors in there. We have red, green, violet, yellow, like a light orange, regular orange, and a burnt, like a dark orange, a light blue, a dark blue, a pink, green, and a white. And this is also a darker green, not the green like before. On the right side of the remote, we also have the brightness control. We can either increase or decrease the amount of light coming from the fan itself. So if you wanted something a little darker or something a little brighter, you have full control of that. On the left hand side of the remote, we also have the speed control. Now this is for the colors, not the RPM. I actually thought at first that you could change the speed from this remote, which I thought was pretty cool, but it turns out that it's actually the color speed. So you can actually make the wipes, or you can change the effects to go faster, or you can make them go slower, which is actually still a pretty cool and unique feature. The middle two buttons we have are the modes. So these are for the different patterns that are preset into the fan itself. So they go from different things, like I said before, pulsating, breathing, pretty common RGB effects that we've seen a lot in like things like Q from Corsair. And it's all controlled just by this little remote right here. There's no motherboard setup, no programs you have to download. It's all just one little click away. It does come with a battery, in case you were wondering. So it's one of those like hearing aid or watch batteries. So you probably won't have to replace it that often, honestly. And just for the sake of it, I thought I would mention that it also does have an on and off button, so in case you did for whatever reason want to turn on and off the fan colors, you can do that as well. And the very last button that we have is an auto button. Now this just kind of cycles through all different colors and different random patterns, so this is just if you want to have it on random and to just kind of show it off, or just kind of have it on random colors, you can do that as well. I've had these fans for roughly like 3 months now, so they're still holding up. Obviously they're still working and everything, which is great. The actual quality of the fan themselves, they are made of this plastic, and on the inside they are just normal plastic fan blades, nothing special, and honestly they feel just about the same durability as the Corsair AF120s, so not much of a difference there as far as quality goes. It's a relatively long cord too, so you probably won't run into any issues wiring these into your PC. The cool thing about these fans is that they actually have a fan hub, so they actually come with one of those, which is also where the remote sensor goes to. So whenever you point it at your PC, that is where the kind of control center is, and it has, I think, about like 6 on each side. There's actually 8 ports on it. I thought there were 6, but there's actually 8. There's 3 on each side, and there's 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. The one on the bottom or the top, either one, it controls the power, and then you just plug that into one piece on the motherboard. So you're only taking up 1 fan slot on your motherboard. So if you, in case you had extra fans, you can either use the power hub, or you can just use something on your motherboard. The fans do kind of have a higher noise level to them, especially compared to the AF120s by Corsair. They are slightly louder, so if you're going for something that's really quiet, or if you're going for a really silent build, this might kind of counter that, so just be aware of that. But honestly, as a person myself with PCs, I don't really care if they're loud. As long as they perform well, that's all that really matters to me. So now we're going to dive in a little bit further into the specs and the beefy details of these fans and how they perform. So now we're going to be comparing the two between the AF120s versus the UpHere RGB. As far as the performance goes between the two, we're going to be looking at the UpHere, which has a noise level of about 24 decibels, an RPM of 1100, and an airflow of 56.27 CFM. While the Corsair is running at about 25 decibels, so just a 1 decibel difference at a 1500 RPM, so it goes a little slightly faster at 52.19 CFM. So ultimately there is a 1 audio decibel difference between the two. There is a slightly faster RPM rate on the AFs at 400 points and a somewhat faster score on the UpHeres as far as the CFM goes. In the end, these two products are different, but yet they do perform pretty similarly. So I bought the AF120s for $25.99 at Micro Center for a 2-pack, and then I also got the UpHeres 5-pack for only $30 or $29.99 on Amazon. You can probably find the AFs on sale for about $15 to $20 if you get lucky, if they are running a sale of some sort, and by just checking different websites like Amazon or Newegg. So it really depends on where you buy them from, obviously. At the end of the day, they both perform pretty well, but if you had to ask for my personal opinion, I would go with the UpHeres because for that price point, you can't beat it. Honestly, $30, full RGB control, different presets. You can change the colors, you can change the brightness. Plus you get 5 of them in a box compared to only 2, and they perform relatively well, just as well as the AF120s. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to check out these products, I will link them in the description below on different websites so you guys can check out different prices. I know that on Newegg, these are slightly more expensive than they are on Amazon, so keep your eye out for that. But make sure to drop a like down below on the video if you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. All of my social links are in the description below. Subscribe if you're not already. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.